Hello, friends, and welcome to the last episode of season 2 of Two Wavy Girls on the Internet. I am Allison Lupo.
And I'm Wavy Curly Courtney. We celebrate all things wavy, curly, and wonderfully real.
And we play around with all the products and we read the back of the bottle so you do not have to. For the last time in season 2, welcome. I'm so glad you guys are here. We already have a number of people on waiting on us. Thank you guys for jumping on early and waiting on us. We're so excited to record this last episode. But Courtney, we do have a lot of things to apologize for. Would you like to give a couple that you want to apologize for? Because I feel like we really screwed up in some ways and we need to atone for that.
We really did. First of all, guys, this is our official apology episode. Please accept our humblest apologies for creating extraordinarily helpful content for the past 15 plus years combined. Like, I know it's a lot. All the help is there and it's just too much.
I would like to apologize for creating an absolute ton of really worthwhile free content for people that has helped them love their hair, that has changed their lives, that has, brought me a whole new career and you a whole new career where we get to help people in person. I feel really bad about that.
I feel horrible that there are now hundreds of thousands of women embracing how they are fearfully and wonderfully made. I can't.
Because of us.
I can't be serious. I tried.
I tried. It's so bad, y'all. We are the worst liars ever. And I love that Angela just said, I thought this was clickbait. And I'm so glad it was, because we 100% are clickbaiting. We don't normally do these things. I know I don't usually. No. You're so good at coming up with some things, Courtney, that get people. You got the hooks down. But honestly, let me tell you what I'm really, really sorry for. I'm sorry for creating all these podcasts with you this season. We went through mom hair hacks. We're going to talk about those a little bit. This is a recap episode. We're going to walk you guys through everything we talked about. We're going to apologize for breaking down humidity and hard water and why it matters. We want to apologize for sharing our own confessions. We want to apologize for our own overrated wavy hair tips. We want to apologize for interviewing Barbie Dell. We want to apologize for introducing you to Curls Monthly. We want to apologize for helping you build a healthy hair routine. We want to apologize for interviewing Wes Sharpton, who's the educator over at Hair Story. We know you hated that episode. And we want to apologize for introducing you to the Consistent Curls Challenge. And lastly, we want to apologize for showing you lots of different ways to get the most hold out of your waves, because we know you hate us and you hate this content. So we're really sorry for all the things we've done.
Oh, aren't we just horrible? Guys, seriously, y'all are the best. Yeah, we're terrible. Guys, y'all are awesome and lovely and wonderful. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with us for this season. Make sure that if you want to see more things that Allison is sorry for, you head over to her website and check out all of the incredible paid content that she has created. If you want to see some more things that I'm sorry for, please feel free to head over to my website and check out the paid guides that I have. I also have freebies like a wavy curly starter guide. And then I have a frizz-free flowchart that are free. Allison, you have a couple of freebies as well, don't you?
I do. I also have a very similar-ish. I need to download yours. Actually, we need to trade notes, because I have an anti-frizz flowchart that I created a while back that I think is super fun. So that exists out there. After I had a wavy curly quiz going for a while where you could find out your frizz type and then get that guide. I still have a quiz of sorts, but I create content, I put them out there, and then I go, what was that thing that I created? So it's out there. It's all at AllisonLupo.com. So free downloads, paid classes, and just a note, something kind of big is coming next year. Courtney, did you know in March it will be my 10-year curliversary? 10.
Really?
10 years.
I love that.
Wavy curly, of sharing things on Instagram and YouTube, 10 years in March. I can't believe it. So I wanted to do a couple of big things. I'll give you a little preview. There's a program that I'm going to be rolling out, and it involves taking my classes that are out there. And a lot of you have purchased those classes individually, but I'm going to be bundling them and offering them in conjunction with a program where you get some products from me every month, and then we walk through what they are, and there's a whole thing that goes along with that. So that's coming, and in that bundle will be 2, maybe 3, but I know definitely 2. I'm trying to remember what I've created over the years that I've been hoarding. Extra classes that will be going into that bundle, so it will all be one thing. I wish I could get it out sooner so that it was giftable, but I'm just going to have to get it out in time for my 10-year curliversary. So yay for me. I just had not had a second to get it out because the holidays and children and stuff and such. But anyway, it will be coming. So eyes peeled. It's coming. And Courtney, you did something very big today. What was it that you did today?
I did. And you will definitely see me if you are watching here live on YouTube or catching the replay on YouTube. You will see me drinking lots of coffee. And that is because I am tired. I took my cosmetologist operator practical exam this morning. That is a 3.5-hour exam. I did pass. So I am very excited to say that I am now fully licensed. And as soon as that little piece of paper comes in the mail, then I can officially, legally start cutting all the curls everywhere.
Y'all, this 3.5-hour exam is not like a little doot. It's like a doing all the things on a doll head with a whole station, with somebody watching you and going around and like making sure that you're doing all the things. Like, it's a lot. They make it hard to pass on purpose. So when you get that little slip of paper, it is like, man, it's everything. So I'm so awesome. Happy for you. I remember completing mine during COVID. I did mine in June of 2020. And it was a time, it was a real time because there were a whole lot of masks involved too. It was not easy. And I know it was not easy for you today, but you've done it. We've done it. We're here. We are living the dream. So congratulations, Courtney. Yay. Congratulations. Round of applause for you. Big time.
Thank you. So sweet. Oh yeah, it was a lot. And they do watch you like a hawk. And this may not be everybody's experience if you choose to go through cosmetology school. I know that I didn't know the exact step-by-step expectations for this test. I honestly don't know what I got wrong.
Like, right. You'll never know.
I would like to know. This is
I don't know if they tell you. I don't know if they tell you.
I was a straight A student. Like, I like doing well, and I passed. We'll say I passed, and it's fine.
But it's really funny. You guys, Courtney and I got the exact same grade on the practical. We compared notes earlier. Mm-hmm.
Allison, on the other hand, crushed the written exam, and I got a B.
You did great. I will not hear anything. I will not hear anything from you. Whatever. I just studied my tail off. I studied like my life depended on it, but you can't study the same way for the other one. So very well done. Okay. Should we talk about the challenge? Because we have popped up a question that relates to what's going on with our challenge. Let's all start with the Grateful Curls challenge. So if you guys have got your paper, you've got your notes written out, I would love to know what is going on with you. So pop your comments, pop your questions about the Grateful Curls challenge. And if you're not participating in the challenge, it is not too late. You can still do this on your own. I'm actually going to update this version so that it doesn't have dates on the calendar. It's just a generic calendar that you can write in so that this challenge can be done at any time. So y'all can download that in a multitude of places between myself and Courtney. I'll be updating the version on my own website, and I'll send it to you, Courtney, if you want it as well, so that people can download it anytime, and you can do this challenge on your own. Start any day, do it 30 days, have a great time, learn about your hair, learn about products, learn what works for you. Courtney, how is New Wash going for you?
Well, it did not go the way I wished. I think with the stress of everything going on right now, with me graduating cosmetology school, prepping for tests, my scalp was just not okay with the New Wash. I was beginning to have some inflammation reactions. I was using the micellar pre-wash that they do recommend, but I was getting into a situation where I was having to wash my hair every day, and 12 hours after I had washed my hair, my scalp was unbearably itchy. That's okay. That is not New Wash's fault. It is a great product. Hundreds of thousands of people love that product. It works so well for so many people. It just wasn't agreeing with me personally. Not sure if in a few months' time, when I am way more chilled out, if I'll be able to tolerate it a lot better. I had to wind up finishing out the challenge using my Inner Sense scalp line, which was, I'm honestly really grateful for past Courtney picking that particular shampoo and conditioner as my Clarify and Deep conditioner, because it pulled my scalp back out of its angry state.
That's amazing. Okay, so that's good to know. Like, you selected that. It ended up doing more of the heavy lifting than you even anticipated that it would. So that's excellent.
Absolutely. Allison, how did your Grateful Curls challenge go?
I'm really bad at challenges. So I am bad at challenges. I tend to like, it's almost like an oppositional quality where I'm like,
okay.
Given this, you must stick within these boundaries. And I'm like, but now I have to try everything. I'm just kidding. I didn't try everything. I did not go crazy, but I did some things that like I had wanted to do. Like, for example, I hennaed my hair. I saw
that and I was like, Allison, you couldn't have waited just a week.
No, I didn't want to wait a week. I wanted to do it then. I had been wanting to do it for a couple of months, and like henna takes a long time. And because I want more intensity out of it, I leave it on for like 5 or 6 hours. It's a very long time. So it's almost a treatment, and it actually does make my hair bounce up quite a bit. So it's almost like a treatment, and I need time where I don't need to be anywhere. And this particular semester of school for my kids has been insane. So there just wasn't a time where I could do it. And I finally had time the other day, and I was like, you know what? This is not on the challenge. I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. So I'm not saying I'm terrible at challenges. Like, I love a good challenge. I really do. But I do know my hair very well. And I honestly feel like I live my life doing a challenge, this kind of challenge, most of the time.
You really
because
do.
I'm consistent.
Honestly, of the two podcast hosts, this challenge was more for me because I'm a squirrel. Because we all know Allison loves her particular products and sticks with her particular products.
I'm very consistent. I'm super duper loyal. Like, it is, I believe, one of my better qualities. So I am a super duper loyal individual, and I do love my products, and I do stick with them most of the time. But because I know my hair and I know my scalp, and I think the biggest thing to get out of the Grateful Curls challenge is know thyself. Know what you need. And so if something is not working, do you know how to fix it? Have you used products in the past that you can go, that one was a really good fix for me? Like, you learned that this Inner Sense hair and scalp renew shampoo and conditioner was a really good choice for you. And it became an even better choice than you thought it would be. So like, that's something for future Courtney to like put in your cap and know, I'm going to use that in the future. That worked really well for me in the past. So those were the kinds of things that I leaned on when I was doing this challenge myself, because, for example, I don't normally like to use New Wash when I'm doing color on a client here in my studio in Dallas, Texas. I don't normally like to use New Wash on them after I do color. I know they say it can rinse it out and everything else, but I feel like it's one thick product on top of another thick product, and I don't really love that. So I prefer to shampoo with the Inner Sense Color Awakening hair bath, my clients here. At home, though, with the henna, for whatever reason, I know that I can use New Wash to rinse that out, to get that out for me. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm like in the shower and I can like really get in there and I don't need to use shampoo quite yet. And it works just fine. So like, I know things for me, I know things for my clients, and I leaned on that information despite my challenge. But I will say that I didn't go out there and try all of the things. I did not try all of the things, but I did add some things, and I did play with quantities quite a bit. So that has been new and different. It forced me to do that, which I hadn't been doing. So
yes, because you've been stuck in your ways for a really long time. So like, maybe even just
I was in a rut.
Adjusting product amounts was good. I felt like I got to know really, really, really well which application techniques did what. So in case you missed it, there is a whole video over on my YouTube channel showing, I think, 4 different Grateful Curls Challenge wavy curly hair experiments side by side, wherein we kept New Wash as the wash for every single one of those wash days. One wash day, I just used Hair Story Gel. The next wash day, I used the Fenty The Home Curl Cream. I feel like that's a really cute name. We saw what those results looked like. I showed right after Scrunch Out the Crunch. I showed at the end of the day after chasing children and living a day in my wild and crazy mom life, running errands and going outside in the West Texas wind. And then I showed how the hair looked on the morning of day 2 with the gel and the curl cream, and all doing my upside down styling method that I have lovingly called the swing curl clump method.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
Fast, easy brush styling technique that tends to work for a really wide range of hair types. Then I did the swing curl clump method one more time with New Wash as my cleanser, and I put the curl cream and the gel together, and we saw what those results looked like putting the products together. And then the last thing that I tried was brush styling my hair right side up, like I do on all of my clients who come and sit in my chair. I did that technique. And would you believe it, Allison? Guess which one of all of those won?
The last one.
Yes. My beloved swing curl clump method was not as awesome as painstakingly brush styling every single strand of hair into
it's just fail proof.
Position.
It's just fail proof is the problem.
It really
is. But it's not the lazy wavies method of doing things. Like it's just not.
I was very, very heartbroken that my swing curl clump method was beat. I was convinced it was the best method ever, but the brush styling, if you want really, really, really perfect, that's a good way to go. Allison, have you started incorporating that in your salon? You talked about using the bounce curl brush last week a little bit. Tell me about that.
Well, I tend to really, I like to pick up the bounce curl brush especially when I have a client who has especially coarse or strong hair that each hair strand wants to do its own thing. It doesn't want to clump. So I guess regardless of texture, if it doesn't want to clump, that's when I'm going to reach for that brush, especially if that person is a definition chaser, for sure. I just sent out an email to my whole email list. So if you got it, yay. If you didn't, be sure to sign up for my emails. So this particular email was on different stocking stuffer ideas, like product minis, a brush. One of my brilliant clients was like, can I buy 3 of your bounce curl brushes as stocking stuffers? And I was like, what a fabulous idea. I mean, it just fits right down in that stocking. Yeah. And then what a gift to get, right? Like that's a gift. That's not just a stocking stuffer. That's a gift in my opinion. So anyway,
that may be something that you have been looking at getting for yourself for so long and just haven't ever clicked purchase. That
it feels
is
like
the
a luxury.
thing I want.
You think it's just a luxury item. You don't need it.
Like a hydro jug. I wanted one for so long, but there was no way I was going to spend $44 to get me my own little hydro jug. Did I get this as a birthday present from a beloved family member? Why, yes, I did. And it made me so happy.
This was a birthday present from my mom. I got a pink one.
I love it.
Cheapskates unite. No, it's not even about being cheap. It's about being like, I don't really need that. The thing that I have is fine. Using my fingers is fine. I don't need to use a brush. And you're right. You don't need it. The thing you have is fine. But at a certain point in time, you go, can I level up? Like if there's something that I really want to get me to the next level of, I want my hair to look this way. I want my hair to feel this way. I want it to clump this way. And all the tools you've been using stopped working. Try something new. So the bounce curl brush, I mentioned the email because the bounce curl brush was the thing that got me thinking about the email and one of the suggested items in there. So I reach for the bounce curl brush to bring this back to your original question. When I have clients who are after definition or they have individual hair strands that really just do not want to clump. Now, if I have a client that's like, I want beachy, I want texture, I want kind of messy, I'm not going to go anywhere near that brush. So that's when I pick it up. It's not on everybody because I'm not also trying to achieve the same look on every person. Like I dislike it when I go look at another hairstylist's Instagram or portfolio and every single item looks the same.
Don't look at mine. Allison, don't look at mine.
Does it? I haven't noticed. I don't think they all look the same. Maybe you're just very consistent.
They do. They all look epic and they're all similar.
They all look epic. And that's what we're talking about. We want everyone to look epic. You give yourself credit. I'm just saying that I want to be able to demonstrate versatility in what I'm bringing my clients, because they all want something different. I remember being in cosmetology school, and there was a guy that came to talk to us from a very fancy salon here in Dallas. I will not name names, but he came in and he was like, hey, y'all, I just do the same haircut on every person that comes in, but it always looks different. So it's totally fine. And I was like, okay, Matthew McConaughey, like, you can't give every person the same haircut. Like, have you seen Schitt's Creek when Moira goes to the salon with what's her name and she comes out with her wig looking just like her friends? And it's just like, I don't want to be in that town. I want to make everybody look different. So the bounce curl brush gets used on some people. The hands get used on other people. And then there's just a hand styling thing that happens on other people because I like a different look.
I love that. You love breaking norms. Like your norm.
Love it.
The norm for most curly girls is to switch their products constantly. So you buck that norm and you don't switch your products constantly. We start doing the Grateful Curls challenge and you're like, no, I'm going to buck that. You have a very successful high-end salon guy tell you, I do the same haircut on everyone. You're like, I'm going to do the opposite. You buck all norms, Allison. And that makes
my mother would tell you that is just, that's my entire life. So sorry, not sorry. There we go. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being oppositional.
This is your official apology for that.
This is my official apology. Exactly.
So Allison, we have a question from Lynn. Do you guys ever talk about hair products for not hard water? I have a filter and find many things aren't working on my hair. We just don't highlight those things as being, these are for soft water, because we use words like gritty, texture. When we talk about a product and we say it's gritty or adds a lot of texture to the hair, ding, 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 ding. That's for you with your soft water.
Yep. So the not hard water is called soft water. People tend to think that soft water is the dream because you're not going to have a lot of mineral buildup on your hair. You're not going to turn brassy in your blondes or your gray because you're not getting that copper buildup, like all kinds of things. There are all kinds of reasons to love soft water. But to Courtney's point, we do, but people tend to talk about soft water as being the dream. I don't think it's the dream. When I go to my parents' house where they have soft water, my hair is floppy and flat and sad. And that is when I'm bringing with me all the products that give me grit. So the things that I love for soft water, Colton King Jelly, huge. That one is a triple salt infused gel in a banana juice base. So it is moisturizing at the same time that it is super gritty. And it really helps hair be beachy and curly and hold and not be quite so soft. So that's one of the products I love to take with me when I go to my parents' house. I also love Hair Story Undressed, which is like a no salt spray. So it's a sugar to a degree. It's like, I think it's sucrose. I think it's sucrose and that crazy sounding ingredient galactorabinin that comes from larch trees that InnerSense uses in their I Create Volume styling lotion. That's like a lightweight serum gel. So it's kind of like a gel and a salt spray had a baby, but there's like no salt and it's not a gel. Does that make sense? So yeah. I love those two products. And especially if you want a lot of grit, those two are fantastic together. And if it's too drying, using a cream like Hair Story hair balm underneath it would be a good option if you want to add a little bit of moisture underneath that. In fact, I did ask my curl friends on Instagram before I got on if they had questions, and I got a handful. And one of those is, what is a great curl cream for wavy hair? My favorite that I'm always reaching for is Hair Story Hair Balm. And I have links for all of these things in this video comment and on my Instagram and on my website. So you can find all those things there. But that is probably my favorite that I am always reaching for. I do also love Colton King's Style cream to be used under jelly. I think that's a fantastic one. But hair balm has just become my go-to if I'm being completely honest. Do you have one that you love that's outside of those two? I know that you've played with Curlsmith so much more than I have. Is that still a brand you're using? Is there a curl cream from them or another brand that you love, Courtney?
So I was thinking about the products that I would use in a not hard water situation, in a soft water situation. like Allison said, I've noticed that my hair, when I use incredibly soft water, it tends to feel way softer. It's a lot shinier and a lot slippier. So I'm going to be trying to add grit everywhere I can. Ways that I would do that would be using a product like Giovanni LA Naturals Gel. Giovanni LA Naturals Gel. You can find this at places like Natural Grocers, I think Whole Foods. This gel is thick, like thick. A lot of curlies hate it because of how thick it is. Just make sure you're applying it on soaking wet hair and that your hands are wet when you get the gel. And really rub your hands together before you glaze it.
What do you like about it? Like, do you feel like it's not too heavy when your hair is already soft and kind of floppy? Does it just give you like a heck of a cast, like a ton of hold? What does it do specifically in that soft water situation that you're like, this is the one I would reach for?
Giovanni LA Naturals Gel has always given my hair a lot of grit without sacrificing shine.
Okay.
It doesn't necessarily give me a rock and hard cast ever.
Okay.
But it has lots of curl enhancement because of that grit. And it's not a kind of grit that makes me cringe. I have sensory things with my hair. If my hair feels weird or bad, I'm mad and sad and probably going to go wash it. But the Giovanni doesn't make my hair so gritty that I can't stand the feel of it, but it's enough grit to offset water softness. Another way I offset water softness is to use a handy dandy sea salt spray. I personally have been really loving my Pacifica Big Waves Volume Hairspray from the drugstore. It's not a super sea salty kind of product, even though I think there's sea salt in the name there somewhere, like on the front of the bottle. But it does add. What's that?
Not on the back of the bottle.
Oh, I'm sure sea salt's on the back of the bottle too, Allison. It's probably in the formula. But it adds a lot of like texture to the hair without making it feel overly gritty. I had another one. Oh, InnerSense I Create Lift Foam is one of my grittier products that if I'm like trying to offset softness, I will grab that one. And then as for Curlsmith as a general rule tends to be real good at making the hair feel soft, silky, and slippy. And since I live in the hardest of hard water situations, not really. I'm sure there's a place that exists that has harder water than I do. I just know we have incredibly hard water. That's one reason I've loved Curlsmith for so long. Most of their products are good in hard water. They tend to make the hair feel softer and silkier. That being said, there is one product from Curlsmith that gives the hair even more grit than the LA Naturals gel. And that is the fragrance-free Stronghold Gel Hold Level 9. Oh my lands. There are people who hate this product because of how gritty it makes your hair feel. And if I use too much, I'm going to be washing my hair again. It will make your hair feel super duper extra gritty. Curlsmith also has an awesome Flawless Finish Hairspray. Stronghold Flawless Finish Hairspray doesn't give too much yucky feeling to the hair like most Stronghold hairsprays do. I still like the way my hair feels, but it adds enough texture and grit to it that I can use it in soft water situations. Wow, we really thrashed out that question, didn't we?
We did, but we are good at doing those things. And that is, I will give us, again, that pat on the back. Like we really dig deep, y'all. So we love doing that.
We're sorry. We talk so much and give so many details so that you have no questions.
We're just going to keep this going the whole time. Okay, let's see. We've got another question that's just popped up. And she says, I was only changing my styler. I'm guessing this is for the challenge. Yes. And she says, then I used a toner and I needed to change my shampoo. That makes total sense. So like, remember that I also colored my hair and thought that I was going to maybe need a shampoo. And I was like, nope, you know what? I've done this before. I can stick with what I've got, but you've got to be able to like talk about, you've got to be able to flesh out, okay, what does my hair need now? Know thyself, know thy hair. It absolutely makes sense that you change that up. And I don't think that you should feel bad about that. So great job. I think you did the thing that you needed to do. Yep.
Tom Worm, I remember you from previous episodes. Thank you for tuning in again and hanging out with us live. We really appreciate it. She says, my favorite Grateful Curls discovery was Allison's rainbow pinning hack.
My rainbow pinning hack. Okay, was that the one that I did early on where I took the clips and I like did a little bit rainbow. Of this? Oh, just set it, y'all. It's like a crock pot. You just set it and forget it, you know? Just do that. Actually, I happen to have these handy because I wanted to revisit something that we talked about. I believe it was maybe in the last episode or the one before that, where we talked about getting consistent curls, or where we talked about getting hold. And someone had asked us about a hairstyling hack, and I wanted to demonstrate it because we talked about updos, and neither of you or I are not real big like updo people. And so I thought it would be fun to just demonstrate quickly what that looked like. You know, we talked about holding it back, like pulling a piece back. So I grabbed just a couple of these before I started. So if you're not watching, tune in, check this out if you need a visual. Where are we on time? I don't know how to give people a timestamp on this, but anyway. Do you have
roughly 30 minutes in?
30 minutes. We're exactly 30 minutes in. So 30 minutes in, if you want a little visual, pull back a little section right about at your temple. These are not like the cutest clips, by the way, but then here's one, looks a little funny. And then the next one, clip low. And then you get this like cute little, there's a cute situation
romantic.
It's like romantic.
Sweatness.
Yes, because that's what happens with your curls. They just steal the show. And if you want like a little piece to fall down.
Oh, look at you.
There's at you. Like so your little, and then, you know, I think it was a curl friend who was a violinist, and she had a concert that night and she wanted something. Do you remember this?
Yes.
And she wanted something. So then here you are with your head to the side, and obviously do this with cuter clips, but 2 seconds, look in the mirror, good enough. You're walking out the door. You've disguised something that was looking funny. You've exposed a pretty earring. Like, you know, it's fine. Just make it happen. So I wanted to talk about that because I think that was helpful to demonstrate. But thank you for the compliment, friend. I'm glad that seeing my rainbow curl clipping hack was helpful to you.
Blue Froggy 99 said, I definitely get my best results with brush styling. Thank you. That makes me feel better. I mean, the brush styling for the win. And then we have Maggie asking, is it bad for your hair to use hairspray on a regular basis? Allison?
I'm going to say no to that. Like, I don't think that makes a huge difference. I know that with the curly girl method, there were a lot of ingredients that were like no ingredients. And so I think that hairspray itself got a really bad rap because so many of them back in the day had drying alcohols and or silicones in them. And so those were the things we were all trying to avoid. I think that as long as you're doing things like you all need to give yourself some credit. When you embark on this wavy hair journey, you are really embarking on a healthy hair journey. Suddenly you're not blowing out with a round brush, like a metal barrel round brush. You're not straightening your hair with a flat iron on the reg, you know, and you're not like brushing through your hair all the time, which can rip it. Like, you're treating your hair like a little precious baby infant. And so like, you're going to get healthy hair anyway. So if this is me just preaching now, Courtney, like I'm on the soapbox, like I'm firmly on the soapbox. I'm on it. I can't get off of it.
Went up about 6 inches. I love it.
I did. I'm like, oh, I'm way up here now. Because if you use an ingredient on your hair fairly consistently, but you're doing all these other things right, it's not the end of the world. But good news for you is that so many of these brands that we talk about that have now come out with hairsprays, because people love their hairsprays, are silicone free and are drying alcohol free. But also, those ingredients aren't the worst thing that you could do. Like, they're just not. You're doing everything else so gently to your hair. You're using a gentle cleanser. You're using a rinse out conditioner. You better be using a leave-in conditioner or I'll come after you. You are using styling products. You are using a diffuser, which is basically like built-in heat protection, and or air drying. So like, you're doing all the things right. My friend, Maggie, you may use hairspray. Child, I forgive you. You may use it.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, I'm going to play devil's advocate. Let's be on both sides. If we're using White Rain hairspray, which is the strongest alcohol content hairspray I can think of, and you are super soaking your hair in it, and you wash your hair every day and you are super soaking it with that every day, and your hair is this delightful, crispy, crunchy, white rain mess.
Circa 1996 vibes.
Yes. And then right before you go to bed, you get your stiff bristle brush and rip through that as you're like going to go to bed, and you're brushing out your hair before you go to bed, and your hair is dry, and you're like ripping through all of the white rain hairspray and then going to bed and starting the whole thing over. I will ask Sweet Maggie that you please don't do that. Why? Why do I ask this? Because this may or may not have been me. This may or may not have been me.
See, I was giving the people a lot of credit. I was giving the people the benefit of the doubt that they were doing all the good things, not the stuff that Courtney was doing circa 1996. Okay.
What I love to do, guys, this is a true story. I like to control things. In case you haven't noticed, I like control. And my hair was one of the things that I wanted to control. So I would slick that puppy back into a high ponytail. I would super soaker my hair in hairspray, and then I would take it out of the ponytail and brush it again so that every single little tiny hair, people didn't know I had hair. They just thought I had a helmet on my head. It was awesome. Pull it back into a ponytail.
It was exactly what you wanted.
It was. I would pull it back into a ponytail. So we've got one layer of hairspray done, back in the brush through, back in the ponytail, one more layer of hairspray. And then guess what? I would take my hair down at night and brush through it. And I could feel that brush ripping through the crunch of the hairspray. You best believe I had so much breakage around my halo area. Okay. So since Maggie is not
Don't do that. Don't do what Courtney did. Don't do the things that I already gave you credit for without knowing your actual routine.
Well, she's here. She's here listening to Two Wavy Girls on the internet.
It's true. And we have to provide all the perspectives.
So you're doing good in assuming that she is not Courtney from, high school.
That's right.
So if you are using something like Bounce Curl hairspray, Curlsmith hairspray, even Pacifica Big Waves Volume hairspray, Allison, name one more hairspray.
Oh, I never remember their actual names, but a really hard hold one is the Jessie Curl hairspray. They only make one.
Inspiring, Spiralicious, something?
I don't know. And Bounce Curl makes a hairspray too.
I mentioned Bounce Curl, and then we've got Intersense hairspray. Okay.
The last one I'll mention is Hair Stories. I Create Lift.
Okay. So there are 6 options of hairsprays: Bounce Curl, Curlsmith, oh my lands, Pacifica, Intersense, Jessie Curl, Hair Story,
Colton King Set Spray.
Colton King Set Spray. Oh, I like the number 7. Perfect. We'll stop there. If you, no, I just like the number 7, Allison.
So first we were at 6.
No, I'm not doing it. I am not playing your games. My third grader is deep in the 6 7s right now, and it needs to stop.
No, you need to embrace that. The more you embrace it, the funnier it will become, and then it will not be triggering. I know.
Got it. Oh, and then it won't be cool anymore because I'm doing it.
That's right.
Love that. Okay. If you are using any of those 7 hairsprays and you are using them right after you plop your hair's still wet, you're doing a thin layer, then you're diffusing your hair. Or let's say you just finished diffusing your hair and you add a very thin layer of that hairspray and then you scrunch out the crunch with those. Yes, of course. Go for it. That is absolutely perfect. You're not going to be doing damage to your hair or causing any issues. Also, keeping in mind that you're using a shampoo that will adequately, or a cleanser, let's say cleanser, that will adequately remove any buildup from any of the stylers that are going on your hair. Your curl cream, your leave-in conditioner, your curl enhancers, your foams, your mousses, your gels, your hairsprays. It's got to be able to get all of that out. There's no issue, I see, using a hairspray. And then we have another question. This one's really, really sweet. I can't say your username because I'm afraid I'll say it wrong. But she says, I've been watching Court since the beginning and Allison for at least 8 years. Eee! So I have learned a lot about the things my hair can't. Oh, I'm so sorry. I have learned a lot of things for my hair, but I can't figure hold down. Nothing seems to hold the curl. And we can kind of see your profile picture a little bit, which gives us an idea of your hair length, which is kind of helpful. But Allison, when you have a client that's chief complaint is my curls won't hold, what tends to be that issue?
There are, in my mind, two big possible things. Number one, you just are not using enough gel. And I'm going to pop up the next comment, which is, I realize I have not been using enough gel. So one of our friends has figured out during the Grateful Curls Challenge, they have not been using enough gel. Use more gel. If you're not using enough gel at the beginning, like you feel like it's too heavy, it's weighing down your hair, yada, yada, then use more gel halfway through your drying time, whether that's air dry or whether you're diffusing. Damp hands, squeeze some on there. You'll be like, what am I doing? I'm absolutely destroying my hair. I have got a video from 1 billion years ago called Sleeping in the Crunch, where I demonstrate how to do this. You'll be like, is that actually the same person? She has a lot less wrinkles and fewer eyebrows. That's me. So go ahead and try that method where you dampen your hands and you put some gel on your hands halfway through drying. You're gonna be like, what am I doing? I am destroying my curls. This is a horrible idea, but I promise you, you will get hold that way. So that's the more gel option. The second option is maybe you're still new to this. I don't know where you are in your journey. Are you not using leave-in conditioner?
I've been watching you for 8 years, Allison.
Yeah, but how long has she been like participating, like actively? Like does she give up and then go straighten it because she's given up and then she comes back again? Like sometimes I hear that. So that's kind of an option. But if she's been listening to us for almost a decade and been doing this for a decade, then I mean, I think it's a gel issue, but it could be a dehydration issue. But if you are local, if you are in Texas, if you are a flight away, if you'd like to do a virtual session, like Courtney and I can both help you. So like we would love to find a way to individually help you in some way. But dehydration is also a huge issue. And that hair is deeply hydrated. Water is trapped in those curls. You're using leave-in conditioner. You're deep conditioning at least once a month. You're not stripping your hair. You're not straightening it all the time. Like if your hair is deeply hydrated, it's going to spring up and it's going to be pretty consistent. So those are the two things that pop into my mind. I would love to know what you think.
Okay, Courtney? I'm going to play devil's advocate. I'm going to be on the other side. Again, first of all, I agree with you on the gel. 100%. Are you using enough gel? If you're not, why aren't you measuring? I will keep saying it till I'm blue in the face. I get made fun of every time I say it. But go to the Dollar Tree, go to the Walmart, buy a set of teaspoon measurers and have them live in your bathroom. I know you're not doing it. I'm watching you. I can see you. I am there.
Listen, y'all, listen to Courtney's
your shoulder.
Listen to Courtney's ridiculous level of specificity. It is ridiculous, but she is a scientist and you need to listen to her. Like if you do not know what you are doing and you think, well, I put a little bit more in my hand today, then you need to go ahead and make sure that that's actually more and that, you know, maybe you did use that amount yesterday, but you don't know, like measure it. So you actually just know what you're using. Like it can't hurt anything. And then if you don't like doing it, you have an extra set of measuring spoons.
Yes, you do. And those are toys for the children or grandchildren when they come over to the house. Because who doesn't like to have little drummer sets?
Yep. Do it. Do it, y'all.
Yeah, they use them as drumsticks. That's why I can't find mine. Anyway, here I am yelling. I actually did go find a set of teaspoon measures and they're back in my bathroom. So I had to go get a new set, but that's neither here nor there. When you are having an issue with your hair and your hair's not holding, that's when we bust out the teaspoon measurers. We don't live with these teaspoon measurers forever and for always. It's used as a tool to help you figure out, correct, and solve an issue. So don't feel like you're going to have to use these forever. I'm not telling you to do this forever. This is a temporary thing. If you would like, lock yourselves into your own Grateful Curls challenge, wherein in every single wash day, the one variable you refuse to change is the fact that you are measuring it. That way you feel like you have an out. You're not going to be doing this forever. Okay, make sure you're measuring. And if you don't feel like you get enough hold, increase the amount of gel every single time you wash your hair till you hit that tipping point. Secondly, Allison talked about making sure your hair is hydrated. I'm going to play devil's advocate and say that for fine hair with a looser curl pattern or even a really tight curl pattern, your hair may be wildly over conditioned. Let's pretend you have been doing this for 8 years. You have been really focused on hydration. Me, I get overhydrated if I use products that are even slightly too heavy. And if I get overhydrated, I look limp, like an overwatered flower.
That's a good point. Nope, it's a good point. Solid. And the same goes for too much protein.
Curl up. So, well, I'm going to go even wilder. I'm really going to report Allison's feathers. So, Welshie Curly Girl, Sosh, over on Instagram, is the first content creator who introduced me to this idea. And it seemed like sacrilege at first, but she suggested, and I started trying this, testing this out in 2023, skipping leave-in conditioner altogether. And Allison, you want to know something? My hair quit being so overhydrated constantly. And that is because I was using gels that provided enough moisture for my hair that I didn't need the leave-in conditioner because my hair is very fine and very easily weighed down and it gets overhydrated constantly. So this is a small minority. This isn't everybody. Sosh, Welshie Curly Girl, does say that this is specifically for very fine curls. So if you don't have super fine curls, ignore me, please. Please continue to use your leave-in conditioner. Obey Allison. Use your curl cream and your leave-in conditioner.
I do have clients that swear that leave-in conditioner is not for them. And again, it's a small number of clients. It's most, and this is why I don't really talk about this very often, because there are so many clients with fine hair that come in saying, oh, I can't use leave-in conditioner. It's too heavy for me. But their hair is so dehydrated that it's actually been an issue of finding the right conditioner to be left in. And so they've avoided all of them. So it's when we find the right one, it generally makes a huge difference. So yes, this is actually true, but I don't ever want to give people a pass to not try leave-in conditioner because it tends to really work wonders for the majority. So
this is absolutely true. If you are finding that most leave-in conditioners are too heavy for your hair, using even a very small amount each wash day is going to be good for you. Like using an eraser sized amount of leave-in conditioner sometimes will be enough. Using conditioners that contain a ton of proteins is very, very helpful. Things that you're looking for on an ingredients label, if you care to turn over the back of the bottle and read it, even though you don't have to, because me and Allison do that for you, you're looking for hydrolyzed blank protein. That could be hydrolyzed wheat protein, hydrolyzed soy protein, hydrolyzed rice protein. Silk amino acids, or amino acids in general, are the building blocks of protein, so they count as protein. You are also looking for things like biotin and keratin. Those two words, if you see those things in an ingredients label fairly high up on the ingredients label, those products tend to work better for people with really fine hair. So look for leave-in conditioners that contain those ingredients in fairly concentrated amounts, and maybe your curls will hold better. Yay!
Yay. Protein is huge. And actually I just popped up a question from a friend who says that she has done the Grateful Curls Challenge. Thank you. I'm so glad you participated. I'm glad that you learned that your hair needed protein. That was so topical. I had to pop it up while you were talking, Courtney, because I was like, oh my gosh, these are the proteins to look for. Like, yes. I mean, the thing that I've always said about proteins is look for the small molecule proteins, like the ones that you would like put in like a smoothie, basically, like the tiny ones, not the ones you'd put on a salad that sound like whole food, like oat or wheat, right? Like that's not going to be that. You're going to want the little tiny ones. So keratin is huge. Silk is huge. I know that quinoa is kind of on that line, but quinoa is another really good one. That one sounds like a salad protein, but I'm just saying that one is also another really good one. So these are things to look for that can really help your hair curl better. It tends to protein almost tends to work as kind of like a water soluble silicone in that it coats the hair. Yeah. It sits on top. And so it helps the hair kind of almost have like a little more scaffolding. So it helps it curl a little bit better. It actually helps you to retain water in your hair so you stay more hydrated, aka
it acts like a conditioning agent. Even though it's a protein, it is improving the condition of your hair. It's lending strength, structure, scaffolding so that those curls retain their structure.
Completely. And I'm going to pop up this question too, because this one also pertains. So Melissa says she's new to having curly hair. Her hair is fine and porous. You need protein. That's what I hear when someone says my hair is porous. There's this little voice that sings in my head. They need protein. What products can I use after a wash day? So I don't know if you mean on a wash day or like a refresh after a wash day, but definitely when you have more porous hair. And Sabrina says, taking notes, y'all. This is a notes taking episode. So if you haven't started, go ahead and open up that notes app, jot down a few things. We are at 49 minutes on this podcast. So if you're like, ooh, this is where I want to like write down some things about protein, like people tend to avoid protein because they're so worried about getting to an over protein state. I don't see that happening very often, but it is when it does happen, it happens on people with coarser, stronger hair types because they already have a lot of keratin in that 18 layers of cuticle that they grow.
It is actually way, way, way harder to over protein your hair than you think. Yeah. And it tends to happen like when it does happen to people, they tend to be very loud on social media. So they
tell everybody, avoid protein, avoid it. Don't go there. But no, protein is fantastic. So if it has hydrolyzed in front of it, you more than likely want it on your hair.
I've only over proteined my hair once, and that was because I was using a product that was a professional grade product and I wasn't using it as it was intended to. Like, it is so hard to over protein the hair just by using hair care products that are formulated with protein. It's darn near impossible. Angel asks, do you guys recommend plopping or going straight to diffusing for better results? Sometimes plopping makes my curls look weird, but diffusing right away can be a pain. Okay. This does depend, and this is where you get to do your own Grateful Curls challenge and lock in all of your variables and only do one thing. So I find that on shorter hair types or hair that is in transition tend to do better with micro plopping instead of full-on regular traditional plopping, wherein you tie the towel on your head and wear it around for X number of minutes. What do I mean by micro plopping? I mean, you take your microfiber towel, you gently scoop your hair up into that towel, lean to the side, and just wring out the excess water.
You're just squeezing your hair with a microfiber towel?
Super gentle. Just squeeze your hair with it. Yep. Just scrunch or squeeze, not fast, slowly, intentionally. Wring out some of that excess water just with a gentle squeeze, a gentle scrunch, and then go straight into diffusing. That way your hair's not sopping, soaking, dripping wet.
I can't handle that. Like, you talk about sensory feel on your hair, like the feel of wet hair on my back is like, ugh, especially when it's cold. I'm like, I will walk around like this with my head like tilted back at a weird angle just so that my hair does not touch my back because it grosses me out. It is disgusting. And even especially in the wintertime when it's like super duper cold, I cannot stand that. So yes, just do a little squeeze out the water with a microfiber towel, call it micro plopping, call it what you will. And in fact, if you even want to use that plop towel, that microfiber towel, assuming it's microfiber, it could also be flat. It could be a t-shirt towel. There's a brand I used to love. I don't even know if they're around anymore, called Hair Repair. It's REPEAR. I love their towels because they're t-shirt towels, and you can also just use a t-shirt, but they're completely flat, and you can just like put that under your neck and scoop your hair up. And then that's kind of doing the job for you while you're getting dressed. You don't have to be doing all of the things to get there. But really, diffusing is a pain. Diffusing right away is a pain. But the longer you leave that plop towel on your hair, I tell my clients here all the time, it's kind of like when you spilled something on the carpet and you're going to clean it up and you're stepping on that towel and you just watch all that water like come up the paper towel. You actually don't want to lose all that water out of your hair. You want to lose some of it, but you don't want to lose all of that. So like the longer you keep that plop towel on your head, it's going to be soaking up that water as if it was coming out of the carpet, but you want it to come out of the carpet that way, but not your hair. You want to keep a little bit. You don't want to be drippy. You don't want to drip into your dryer diffuser situation. Like, that's not great. But
that feels like an electrical hazard.
It feels bad. I wouldn't do that. It definitely feels like an electrical hazard. Like, back in like the 80s, wasn't it like your greatest fear that like someone might drop the hairdryer into the bathtub or the sink? Like, was it the tags? Was there like something on the tag that was like hazard? Like, why do we all have this fear?
It's still there, I think. Yeah.
Did you have a fear of quicksand? Did you hear about the man that was hiking in Utah that got stuck in quicksand? This is a real thing.
No,
and
but now I'm worried.
Oh
I wasn't worried
okay, so all the
Thanks,
comments
Allison.
on every post of it on Instagram are like kids our age going, oh my God, my greatest fears come true. Y'all, I'm here for this moment. Like no one wants the man to be injured and he wasn't. He was able to like call for help and he got help.
Thank
But
goodness.
like,
Jeez Louise.
we were all afraid of quicksand because it was in all the movies, just like we're all afraid of the hairdryer falling into the bathtub. I don't know why. So don't do that. Use a little microfiber towel to squeeze out a little bit of water or plop it up on top of your head for like 3 to 5 minutes, because when you do get those fish hook ends, I mean, Courtney, you and I have both been there. They are very difficult to correct. So don't overdo the plop. Like 10 minutes is too long. It is. It's too long. 3 to 5.
There's people plopping for like hours.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No.
This question I found really interesting, and I'll just talk about it real quick. Allison, if you have thoughts, feel free. But Jennifer says, how do you feel about red light therapy helmets for hair growth? Is it worth it? It depends. I personally have seen the current body version of the red light therapy helmet work. I have a delightful grandmother who, at the time that she tried this out, was 86 years old. She had been using Rogaine and taking all the hair growth supplements and doing all the stuff and things to get her hair to grow back. We, as women in our family, we just have baldness, like low density hair the older we get. So she had been fighting hair loss for the last 40 years and nothing had worked. Current Body was kind enough to send me their helmet. And I was like, I'm not going to test this. I'm going to let my grandmother test it. And they were good with that. She tested this for 6 weeks. She was 86. It regrew her hair.
In 6 weeks, you had new sprouts?
Oh, like drastic increase in hair density.
Wow.
So I will say, this was from years ago, and I think Current Body forgot about me existing, and they never turned off the code.
Gosh, I'm going to use your code, Courtney. Geez, put that back up. Swavy Curly for $128 off. I'm going to use that code and get me one. That's awesome.
Okay. So is it worth it? Does it work? It absolutely. Oh my gosh, why does it keep doing that?
Okay, but for a second there, when you said, is it worth it? I thought, let me work it. I put my game down, flip it, and reverse it. I needed to share that with everyone. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. You know what? We need, if and when we have another season, which we absolutely will have another season.
Y'all need to let us know if you want a season 3.
We need to add
season 3.
We need to add a segment that says weird stories or like weird thing with Courtney and Allison. Okay. So the code is Swavy Curly for $128 off. Go to Current Body, try it out. It is the price of a car payment. It is a car payment. It is painful. It is a mortgage payment. It is an outrageously expensive device. Does it work? Yes. I've seen it with my own 2 eyeballs. It worked on my 86-year-old grandmother who had not had hair grow on the top of her scalp for years and years and years. So.
Question. Did she ever do other things? Like, did she try Nutrafol? Did she try minoxidil? What was her diet like? You know what I mean? Like, did she do other things that like this?
She walks every day.
Okay.
She does Whole30 food diets. Okay. Like she knows how to eat fruits and veggies. She tried Nutrafol. She tried PRP. She tried so many things.
Wow.
It exists out there for hair growth. She tried it.
Okay.
Short of the surgical thing where they like stab hair into your scalp. What is that called?
Oh, plugs. They do implants.
Yes. She did not have hair implants. That was the only thing she didn't do. Like when men get receding hairlines and they get that filled in, she didn't do that.
So the one thing that I'll add about it is that I do have a red light mask, which I love. And I've tried a couple of different kinds. I have the Omnilux and I have the Cure. It's the Cure. The Cure, I'm a little irritated with right now. I've had it about 1.5 years and it's like not really holding a charge anymore, but all that aside, I'm going to work that out. But I really like the red light masks. And what I've seen in my own experience is just using one of those for like a 3 to 5 minute treatment for almost daily for a couple months. I had like a little spot of milia on my forehead for just years and years. I did not even know that it was milia. Like this was probably 10 years ago, 5 years ago. And one day after being using that for a while, you know, just have that feeling that something's on your face. And I just kind of went like this, and this little guy just fell off. And I was like, what is this? Like my skin had healed enough that it had just pushed that out and it was gone. Because I thought I was going to have it like lanced or something. And I didn't want to leave a scar on my face. So I was like, well, let's just forget about that. But I do know that my dermatology PA, her name is Alyssa. She goes by the Dallas Derm PA on Instagram. If you want to follow her, she's got the most amazing tips and she's just a nice person and I like her. She often recommends like a 3-prong treatment to her low density patients, which is PRP, Nutrafol and or minoxidil, and a red light cap. So she's seen a lot of really good.
That's really smart.
Yeah, because then you're filling those nutritional deficiencies. You're providing nutrition to your scalp in a new way, and then you're also supporting that healing and everything else that goes along with red light therapy.
Absolutely. Cassandra asks, do you have styling tips for the nape of the neck? My curls get webbed there when I tilt my head to the side and scrunch and gel. Me personally, I find that not only do I have to brush the hair off the sides of my head, I have to really reach under and back with my Bounce Curl styling brush and brush the hair specifically off the back of my neck. It sounds like if they're getting webbed, like let's assume that they weren't clumped together. And then when you turn your head to the side and scrunch, they do get clumped together and kind of webbed and stuck together. You might have slightly too much water in your hair. And it's causing all of those curls to reclump when we kind of need them to stay just a touch more separated so they don't get all stuck together.
When I see clients that have that sort of webbing hair at the nape of their neck, you'll have to remember that that hair takes a beating all of the time. It is constantly rubbing, especially this time of year, against your sweater. Like I'm wearing a kind of a mock turtleneck thing today. So it's coming up really high. So I know that I'm going to have some major snarls back here later today. So remember that that hair is always a little bit more delicate. I'm going to be the leave-in conditioner lady. And in fact, my product spotlight today is none other than leave-in conditioner, if you will. I'm going to grab the Bounce Curl Moisture Balance leave-in conditioner today. I love this one. I personally almost always use the Inner Sense. What is it called? The Inner Sense Pure Inspiration Daily Conditioner. That is what I normally use at home as my leave-in. I need to steal one of these from my own salon and use it at home because this was long ago one of my very favorite leave-in conditioners. It has incredible slip. So where I love Courtney's idea of kind of getting some of that water out of your hair when you're styling it, but know that that hair is always a little bit more delicate. So making sure that you've got leave-in conditioner, even if you don't use it everywhere on your hair, even though I recommend that you try it, use it on that hair in particular because it will help that cuticle to close. It will help to keep it a little bit more moisturized and give a little bit more slip so that it doesn't snag on your clothes quite so much. And then it will be stronger and more ready for your styling on wash day. So part of it is taking extra care of that hair that I see on so many people that is just kind of been through the ringer because it sticks to your clothes. It's like fabric rubbing on fabric all day.
Oh, I love that. That is such good advice. Mythical Cat says, as someone with hard water, any tips for dealing with hair that feels mushy or gummy at times? I did recently get the Waterworks shampoo and it's 100% your fault. Thanks. I'm glad I can help. I want to apologize that you bought that awesome product.
Full circle. Full circle.
Mythical Cat asks, should I add protein? The answer is yes, 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 and yes. And
don't be afraid of it.
Don't be afraid of it. And I am going to say that if your hair is consistently feeling mushy or gummy, continually dial back the amount of leave-in conditioner or curl cream that you're using. And you may find that your hair needs a break from it for just a little bit before you add it back in. Yes, hit your hair with all the protein that you possibly can. Using something like the Briogeo gel has lots and lots of protein in it. I'm trying to think off the top of my head, more products that contain like a really good punch of protein. I really like
every Inner Sense gel out there is pretty protein heavy for the most part.
Okay. I find that the Pattern hair mask, you can pick it up at Ulta today if you need. It is basically a rice water treatment for your hair, but like one that you don't have to make yourself. And it's very, very proteiny. that can really help. But my personal favorite, like hair deep conditioning mask to follow up the We Dad Waterworks with is the Briogeo Don't Despair Repair Hair Mask. It's got some keratin in it. It's got some hydrolyzed proteins in it. It's decently lightweight. It's not going to over condition the hair, but it's going to give your hair the punch of protein that it needs to not feel mushy. What do you think, Allison? Oh,
I am thinking that protein is the key, and I love your comments. And if I was looking at some of these comments and I missed something you said, I apologize. Definitely a protein treatment of sorts is always in order. One of my very favorites is the Curl Junkie Repair Me.
I forgot about that one. It's so good.
This is a standby. Curl Junkie Repair Me is an excellent conditioner. Just order it directly from their website. Yes, you'll probably have to pay shipping, but they're not great about like working with Amazon or salons or anything. I would advise them to be better at working with salons because we could really move their products for them. But this gel is outstanding. This deep conditioner is outstanding. I'm going to look at the back of the bottle so that you don't have to. So the ingredients look like this. We start with a moisturizing couple of alcohols, moisturizing alcohol, and then we have bihentrimonium methosulfate, which is a really nice conditioning ingredient. And then we have hydrolyzed keratin protein, followed by sunflower seed oil. So we've got a really tiny protein that's going to really bolster your hair and work really well on anybody and everybody. That's also got moisturizing ingredients padding it really, really well. So this is a great one. InnerSense has also recently come out with their repair mask, which I did steal from my own salon and I'm keeping in my shower. That's how you know that I love it. These are both in my shower at home, by the way. So the InnerSense Repair Mask is a restorative mask that contains a number of proteins. And they do tend to put protein, like I was saying, in almost all, like they love rice protein is in almost all of their products. So the thing is, it's great to do a conditioning treatment with protein, but you're going to get more of an impact if you have protein in the leave-on products that you're using on your hair because it's on there all the time. Did you mention that, Courtney? If you did, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna bring it back home.
I love it. Yes,
put it in your gel
product that has super duper amounts of protein is the Briogeo gel.
The Briogeo gel. My favorite for a high protein gel would be the Bounce Curl Light Hold Cream Gel. That's always going to be my go-to for lots of protein because it's larger molecule protein also.
And it's such a lightweight product. It's going to let your hair breathe and not dry out in the sense that it's going to feel dry. But if your hair is soggy and over moisturized and over conditioned, it's going to let your hair breathe and kind of like recover from the over hydration.
And the last thing I'll mention is this is not an overnight situation. If you're over moisturized and you need to get your hair back to a state of bounce and not floppy, mushy mess, like it's probably going to take you consistently using protein heavy products for maybe a week or two, depending on how often you're applying them.
Longer. As somebody who has been chronically over moisturized before, it takes a month.
It takes a month. Okay. I say, and it depends on your hair too. This is a really great opportunity. So let's look at the bright side. Let's be, let's look on the bright side. Let's be the kind of people that do that. It depends on your hair. This is a great opportunity for you to get to know your hair. You are learning how reactive your hair is. Is it going to bounce back really quickly? Is it not? You're going to learn that about your hair. You're going to like what your hair likes and doesn't like. Take notes. Take notes. Just open up your notes app or your Google Keep app and just like jot down the date and how it feels and keep some notes on that kind of thing because you really will learn a lot.
Other tip for chronically soggy, over moisturized people, as I am one of them, taking more styling breaks. Just take breaks from the stylers. Stylers hold in moisture. If your hair has been soggy and over moisturized and you wash your hair 3 times a week, take one of those days. So every third wash day, go product free, air dry product free, wear some cute updos. If you look like you've stuck your finger in a light socket and you don't feel like you can wear your hair down, pull your hair up in a cute little something, but allow your hair to breathe with no stylers on it.
And when she says allow your hair to breathe, what you're kind of doing is allowing your hair to dehydrate itself a little bit.
Air it out. Air it out.
On purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah. I popped up a comment because I thought it was kind. So yours truly has said, I would love an in-person consult. Are you doing appointments for that? So I do. I'm sure that Courtney will as well, but I do in-person consultation appointments. So in my studio, you don't have to get your hair cut. You can come in here for an education session. We do a wash, we do a deep condition, we do a styling lesson. We talk about what your hair properties look like from what I can feel and see and understand. And then we talk about where you want to go with your hair, like what your long-term goals are. And then we set short-term goals. I put together kind of a product prescription. These are the things that are going to get you to where you want to go. And in 3 months or so, because we'll be in a different season and your hair will be different, we may tweak that a little bit. So that is definitely something that I offer in my studio in the North Dallas area, because I don't see anybody else doing that. And I think that people don't always just want a haircut. They want a hair therapy session. Like they want to come in and go, tell me what to do. My hair doesn't feel right. It's not acting right. Like I need someone to do this for me, but I can't just do that. I have to get a haircut. You don't have to get a haircut. You can come in here and we can do all that. And it'll still be a couple of hours, really intensive, going through your current products, your current situation, where you've been, where you want to go, and how to get there.
And I just want to point out for those of you who aren't watching live, in case you were just listening on all of the podcast platforms, when Allison read the username of this person who left this question, she said, yours truly says, I would love, yours truly is the name, the handle of the person.
I didn't even think about that.
So just know that Allison was reading a comment from a person called
not me.
yours truly.
I'm not yours truly, but I could be, but I'm not.
And yes, Allison, I will absolutely be offering in-person consults. We can wash and style your hair. We can just talk about your hair.
Yeah.
But we do, both of us offer online curl coaching sessions as well. They're virtual. And I have been doing this for nearly, at least 7 years. I have been giving online curl coaching sessions. You'd be amazed at how much we can do virtually. I know it feels like if either one of us were in person and touching your hair, we'd be able to do more. But guys, we can do a whole lot just by sitting down, talking to you, figuring out your routine. We can see a lot of issues just through a camera screen. So
I have seen people, I'm sure you have too, Courtney, but virtually in Australia, in Germany, in all across the United States, in Alaska, in Canada. Like, I mean, we can do so much over the phone, truly. And so our friend, Planty Virgo, she says that we're awesome. She says, thank you. She's going to try a lot of our advice. And if it doesn't change, she is signing up for a video call. We really can do a lot through the phone. So I guess I shouldn't say through the phone. I sound very 80s doing that. But like over the internet, like with a video call.
On a call
of sorts, like whether that's Zoom, whether it's Google Meet. We have lots of ways to do that are very flexible. So by all means, find us on our respective websites.
And I have my product spotlight. Allison talked about her product spotlight in conjunction with the question. Nobody asked me about dry shampoo, so I'm going to throw in my product spotlight right here. This is the My Hair Dance volumizing dry shampoo. I love this product so much. This is another thing that I cheated a little bit on the Grateful Curls Challenge with.
Know thyself.
I started incorporating this because I got into a scalp inflammation situation where it was overproducing oil and I had to reach for something. Reading the back of the bottle so that you don't have to. This contains rice starch, colloidal oatmeal. Guys, this contains colloidal oatmeal. Yes, that is the exact same ingredient that your mother threw into the bathtub when you got chicken pox. Wait, you were vaccinated for chicken pox?
Also, what's in your zit stickers?
That is a different ingredient.
No, it's colloidal oatmeal in the zit stickers. Like there are different kinds of zit stickers, but there are colloidal oatmeal zit stickers that suck the goo out of your zits. So you are basically, I'm telling you.
I let me look. Oh, it's hydrocolloid. It's hydrocolloid, but it's not colloidal. It's hydrocolloid. They're very similar.
They're sisters.
You know what? They're both soothing and they're both healing. And we love that. So hydrocolloidal. Wait, nope. Now I'm doing it.
That one's colloidal.
Colloidal oatmeal. It's got lavender so that you smell good. It's got olive leaf oil, or no, just olive leaf extract. This is amazing. I have it in my hair right now. It doesn't leave a terrible white cast. I am not a bright blonde. I learned this in cosmetology school. I am a level 5, level 6, which means I'm a dark blonde. It's a white powder. It doesn't leave a white cast. It soothes my itchy, inflamed scalp. It gives grit so that your hair doesn't stick straight to your scalp, but it's not a grit that makes you want to cry because your hair is too sticky and gritty and gross and weird. My Hair Dance dry shampoo, I have been loving and using them since 2018. It's not a cheap dry shampoo. I think it's like, not this bottle, but a different bottle was like $10 and it was tiny. This is their big bottle. Oh gosh, I should have had the price on the top of my head. Here's the thing, guys. I have had this product for 2 years. I still haven't used it up. So I use it a lot because I'm a greasy goose. This dry shampoo, little bit, goes a long way. Love it, love it, love it. Okay.
Is My Hair Dance the newer brand of an older brand created by a lady named Jackie that I used to know something about?
No, that is Maribel Naturals.
Maribel Naturals, that's what it is. I was getting them confused.
No, My Hair Dance has been the same since 2018.
And where do you find My Hair Dance?
I buy it on Amazon, honestly.
You do? Okay.
I should make sure that this is in my Amazon storefront. It probably isn't.
You should put that in there. But Courtney, I got to tell you, I do not think that you are a level 5. You are much lighter than a level 5. Like, I'm sorry, but you are a 6'7".
Ha! I see what you did there. You
are, because I'm a natural level 6 and you're lighter than I am. So like I'm not kidding. You're like a 6.5.
Okay, see, I think my shiny lights are tricking your eyeballs. We'll have to do a side-by-side comparison at some point.
We'll have to do that in person sometime soon. Okay. Hey, you guys, thank you for joining us. This was so much fun. I know we went way over, but we love answering your questions. We love spending this time with you. Thank you so much for joining us on this last episode of Two Wavy Girls on the Internet. We continue to be wavy. We continue to be on the Internet. And so hopefully we will be out with a season 3 at some point in time. I didn't say we continue to be girls, but we do. So we will be coming back for all of the things. So you guys let us know what kind of things you would want to see in season 3, because this has been an interesting season for us where we changed the time around. We had a couple of interviews. I think we'd like to bring back more interviews in season 3. I think that was really, really fun and brought like a new kind of fun level of energy. I love having these Q&A episodes. I loved doing the challenge with you guys, and I am not sorry about any of it. But if you have suggestions for us, as always, please leave them on the videos after they are posted and no longer live. I know we can't get to all of your questions, but please leave those there as well. And be on the lookout for future things coming for me and Courtney. We both have a lot of big things on the horizon, and we would love to be your resource that can help you get hair that makes you feel great about yourself every single day. So we have lots of in-person and virtual options, and we put a lot of resources out there too because it matters to us.
Absolutely. Guys, thank you for joining us for season 2. Like Allison said, we aren't actually sorry for any of it, but we are deeply, immensely, intensely grateful for each and every single one of y'all. I don't think you know how much y'all mean to us. I think it would be hard to comprehend just how much we love you guys, but we really, really do. Absolutely. Merry Christmas. We cannot wait to see y'all in season 3. Please keep your eyes peeled. Feel free to sign up for my newsletter on my website, swavycurlycourtney.com. Sign up for Allison's newsletter over at allisonlupo.com so that you don't miss anything. If you are listening to this podcast on your favorite podcast platform, whether that is Spotify, Apple Podcasts, leaving a rating and a review is incredibly helpful. We deeply appreciate it. Giving this video a like, a thumbs up, leaving a comment, and sharing it with a friend over on YouTube does so much good for us. We are so grateful for it. And as always, we hope you are having an absolutely fantastic day, and we can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. We'll see you on season 3.